Hello and welcome to Ford Super Sunday. We've got a fantastic afternoon of football lined up for you.
Absolutely. And coming up first, it's Spurs versus Liverpool. Two top sides ready to go head to head.
Plenty of quality on show, and it promises to be a cracking game to get us underway.
London. And Derek Ray here on the gantry, joined for commentary today by Sue Smith. And looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League coming right up. It is Tottenham Hotspur taking on Liverpool.
I think it's so important that both teams start on the front foot, take the game to the opposition, and an early goal would certainly settle any nerves.
And the starting 11 for Spurs.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-2-1-3 system, and I do like the look of this. Plenty of protection defensively, but they have the numbers and the width when attacking. The fullbacks will be encouraged to join in because of the cover.
And this is how Liverpool will line up. Aston gets the nod in goal. Virgil van Dijk plays alongside Eder Militao in central defence. Mohamed Salah plays with Cody Gakpo out wide. And the striker of choice is Darwin Núñez. The wait is over, now we're in business. McAllister. Here's Robertson. It was a terrific result for Spurs last time out against Forest. How do you see them faring today?
Well, I'm sure they'll be pleased with the result away from home. In terms of today, I think they should have the quality again to secure the 3 points. They'll look to dominate the middle of the park, and I'm sure they'll cause them problems.
Could play it in. Decent position. Liverpool have given it away. Andrew Robertson. Virgil van Dijk. Aston. Kudus. Running with confidence. Disappointing end to that. And darting through. And not cleared away properly. And there it is. An almost intuitive piece of finishing.
Well, if you look at the replay, it's a shot across the goalkeeper towards the far post, which makes it difficult for him. He parries the ball, and as we always get taught as a kid, following every shot. That's what he does, and he gets the goal he deserves.
Well, as Liverpool get the ball moving again, how will they react? Bradley. So Bosloy. Now with Gravenberg. Mo Salah.
Right, with the license plate GR55JKK. Please contact
Liverpool losing possession. Son seducing with his passing. And a goal! Another one! Two in quick succession. No wonder they're celebrating.
Well, we can see it again now, and it's a real well-weighted pass from Son. It's inch perfect. And the timing of the run from Kane is spot on. He makes great contact with the ball and he just smashes it past the keeper. He's got no chance with that.
So back underway, with the scoreline standing at 2-0. So Bosley. A really good pass. And very nicely positioned to win it back. Harry Kane slips it through. Oh, big moment. Son, a goal! That's two for him today. They simply can't stop him. No wonder he's celebrating.
Well, if we take another look, he just glides past his man. The defender just can't live with him. And then when Son's through on goal, he goes for power, makes great contact, and he leaves the keeper with no chance.
So the ball is moving again, and quite simply, Spurs are accelerating away from their opponents. Andrew Robertson. Can they set up a chance? Well, nicely cut out. Now what can they do with the ball? Well, there's a really stylish piece of running. Ball is loose. In it goes! At the second time of asking, and the keeper feels hung out to dry.
Looking at the replay, this is a really good initial save. You've got to feel sorry for him that the ball falls to an opponent. I'm not sure he could have done much more, to be honest.
Half-time then, here in the English capital. Well, he's a player who seems to get better with age and really prospering in this match, Heung-min Son.
Yeah, been relentless today, hasn't he? Hitting the target from every angle, and he was clinical when it mattered. Great finishing.
So often running again here, and I must say it really was a sparkling first half showing by Spurs. Bissouma. And now with Kulusevski. Perfectly positioned to take it away. Oh, breezing past him. Well, that's how to hit them. Not quite accurate enough, though. And a friendly reminder that we have more action from the Premier League coming up. It's Tottenham Hotspur facing Crystal Palace. Bissouma. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Nice looking move this. That's a very fine piece of tackling. Quick break could be on. Oh, he could finish. A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it. Well, not too much defending going on in the grand scheme of things. 4-1. Harry Kane. Just the challenge that was required. Don't forget, we have more live action from the Premier League coming up here on EA TV. It's Liverpool facing Wolverhampton Wanderers. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Good tackle. Bentancur. And now with Kulusevski. Trying his luck. Well, it didn't worry the keeper. Just 10 minutes remaining here. Salah. This could be troublesome. Well, it looked like it might lead to something very positive indeed, but a useful interception. Big chance. Pressure was on, but the keeper's done well to defuse the situation. Bentancur. Well, there's an example of how to press high up. Well, the stoppage time situation, 1 minute here. And so the referee brings this match to an end, and Liverpool have lost. That's the big story from their angle. What did you make of it?
Well, I think the coaching staff will be furious after that. They clearly didn't implement the game plan. There was no real effort either. I'm sure there'll be words in the dressing room after that performance.
Well, I think as we reflect on the game, we can say that Heung-min Son will have pleased as manager. Interested to get your thoughts on his contribution.
Yeah, he played well, didn't he? His movement was excellent, and on the ball he was a constant threat. Took his goals well too.
Welcome back to Ford Super Sunday, and what a result we've just witnessed. Spurs 4, Liverpool 1.
Outstanding from Spurs today. They were dominant from start to finish and fully deserved it.
A big statement win, and a perfect way to kick off today's action here on Ford Super Sunday. Let's head now to Villa Park as Aston Villa versus Manchester United.
Hello from Villa Park, a football venue since the 19th century and still one of the best today. I'm Guy Mowbray, joined for commentary by Stuart Robson. And it's a game from the Premier League on the way. It's Aston Villa, and they take on Manchester United.
Well, a quick start to the game is all important here today, and I'm sure both managers will have drilled that into the players. But they also have to play with composure and a tactical understanding. It should be a good game.
Jack Grealish, number 7, John McGinn, and number 11, Ollie Watkins.
Here's today's Aston Villa team. Emiliano Martinez is the goalkeeper. Yuri Tielemans plays alongside Boubacar Kamara in the centre of midfield, and they go with just one in attack. Here's how Manchester United line up.
Well, they've got a good front three and a solid back five, but with only two in midfield, they could get overrun. It'll be interesting to see who comes in to support them, if anybody.
A Manchester United kick-off and the match begins. Bruno Fernandes. Martinez. Now with Mazraoui. Well, Villa are looking to get back to winning ways after that defeat against West Ham. How do you think they'll fare today?
Well, they didn't have enough guile in that 1-0 loss away from home. Today, they need to perform better in the top third of the field. But they certainly have the players who can do that. So I think they'll win this one.
Hang on, goal here maybe. And that's safe and secure goalkeeping. Could be something on from this. Onto it, in on goal. Oh, it's in! An early opener to get the game going.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace on the counter-attack. They were so quick to break out from their defensive positions, and then through on goal, he just goes for power and smashes it past the keeper. There's no stopping that. What a great finish.
Ball gets rolling again with Manchester United keen to react to that setback. Well, he's a player that many have been talking about. Will we be talking about him for the right reasons today, though?
Well, he's been in fine form in the league, as you can see from those stats. And it's going to be a real test for that back line to keep him quiet. If they switch off, even for a minute, they'll be punished.
Nusaya Mazraoui. Manuel Ugarte. Still behind, but this is looking promising. Rashford. And it's nicely stopped and held by the keeper. Weighted beautifully. Found superbly and in. And again. Off the keeper, off the post, and danger averted. Lenny Euro. Fernandes. Ronaldo. This could get interesting. Just needs the composure now. And it's been safely dealt with. Now they've got possession. What can they do from here? Chance for the equaliser. And they've levelled it up. Nothing to split them once more.
Well, let's have another look, because this is a goal they have thoroughly deserved. They've played really well so far.
So it's 1 each as the game restarts. De Ligt. Time for some positive wing play now. This has to be. And that's two for him today. A superb performance. They can't contain him.
Well, he wasn't going to waste this chance. 1v1 against the keeper, and he slots it away with great confidence. That's a good finish.
And we're back underway at 2-1 now. Well, that's going to be all for the first half here at Villa Park. Well, he's played a starring role up to this point. He's been wonderful to watch.
Well, he's been brilliant. He finished his goals really well. He's shown a great awareness of how to find space, and his movement has caused them all sorts of problems. Surely he'll get his hat-trick in the second half.
And the second half is underway. Leon Bailey. He's in here. Still a problem. But he can't prevent the follow-up. No wonder he's furious. And he's got every right to ask questions of the defence. Where on earth were they?
The keeper's very unlucky there. It was such a good initial save that can't get to the rebound.
And we're back underway at 3-1. Fernandez. There could be something building for United now. And the promise of something happening is over. And the Premier League fare continues to come your way here on EA TV as Villa face Chelsea. Another one for your viewing diary. And it's pinched Freddie's mind there.
Just saw what was coming, didn't he?
An hour played, 30 to go now. Perfectly anticipated, really well won. What a chance here! And another opportunity goes on by.
Well, really, that needed to go in.
And here's a change for Aston Villa. Well, EA TV is your home of the Premier League, and we've got more on the way as United face Newcastle. That's one surely not to be missed. Now, this has to be. It's there! Hope restored! They're back in this game.
Well, just look at how poor the defending is here. But I have to say, it's still a very tidy finish. He looked really assured there.
Away we go once more after a goal that gives Manchester United fresh hope. Matty Cash. We've got 20 to go in this one. Boubacar Kamara. Watkins. United finding space on the flank. And the idea has been anticipated.
Yeah, that really did stop the move in its tracks.
Tielemans. That's a good ball. Genuine chance. turning it around nicely here, on top and in control. That's a good pass. Leon Bailey. And still the chance might come. Well, a promising looking attack, but just unable to take advantage. Looking for the right moment. In that sort of position, you simply have to get it closer than he did there. And there's going to be a change now. Well, the referee has blown, and it's a disappointing result from the United perspective. And it's 3 points dropped.
It was a poor result, but it was a really tight contest. Both sides had their chances, could have gone either way, but in the end, they will be disappointed.
Well, he really has put in a first-class performance today. Absolutely magnificent.
Well, he gave that back line a torrid time, didn't he? He was far too sharp for them, always looking to play on the shoulder, took his goals well too. Clearly the difference maker today.
Welcome back, and what a game we've just seen. Aston Villa 3, Manchester United 2.
What a match that was. End-to-end stuff. But Villa just edged it in a real thriller.
A brilliant win for Aston Villa, and another huge result on Ford Super Sunday. Let's head now to Everton versus Arsenal.
Here on Merseyside at Bramley Moor Dock. My name is Derek Ray, excited to be bringing you match commentary, and alongside me, my broadcasting partner, Stuart Robson. I'm very much looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League. It is Everton up against Arsenal.
Well, both managers will be reminding their players of starting the game quickly, pinning the opposition back, playing the ball forward and regaining possession as quickly as possible. Hopefully we get a really good game here.
And here's how Everton line up.
Well, in this shape, if their wide players stay high up the pitch and get enough of the ball, it's a very attacking lineup. But if they drop too deep, they will then leave the centre forward isolated, and it could be difficult for them.
And this is the Arsenal starting 11. Gabriel plays alongside William Saliba in central defence. Martin Ødegaard plays alongside Declan Rice in central midfield. And they line up with just the one striker looking to do a bit of damage. A game that on paper has a lot going for it. Everton get the proceedings underway. Really fine play to keep possession. Well, sadly, they just couldn't keep possession. Intelligent defending. Well, he always has to be regarded as a dangerous opponent, so what should we expect to see from him in this game, Stuart?
Well, how can you stop him? If you get too tight, he'll use the space behind you, drop off, and he'll turn and run at you. Add that to his movement in the box, and you can see why he scored so many goals.
Very quick thinking there. Well, the ball just keeps bouncing around.
Well, there's not much space out there at the moment.
James Garner. Opportunity here. And taking it without any trouble at all. looking dangerous here. Could go ahead. Well, good clean catch by the keeper. Well, a classic example of how to intercept. Now, who can he play it to? Idrissa Gueye. Now with Alcaraz. Nicely timed tackle. It was on its way in.
He's done so well there. What an important block.
Martin Ødegaard. And credit due, a good intervention. Now can he get on the end of this one? And tossing through. Well, he gave it quite a whack, but not on target. James Garner. Just the challenge that was required. Threading it. He's through. And a goal to give them the lead. They have their reward.
Well, here it is again, and the pace in which they break forward is devastating. It's so hard to defend against, and Saka couldn't hit this any better. What a great finish this is. Well, you can understand Arteta's delight. That's a big moment in this match.
One
1-0 then.
Number 7, Saka.
Carlos Alcaraz. And 1 minute of stoppage time has been added on. And there it is, the half-time whistle. Well, Bukayo Saka asking plenty of questions of his opponents in the first half. What have you made of his performance?
Well, he certainly had an impact on that first half, scoring that late goal, but I thought his overall contribution was really good, and he got better as the half wore on.
Second half underway, and Arsenal looking to build upon a largely positive first half performance. Bukayo Saka. Decent idea. That is a very fine challenge in difficult circumstances. Just a quick reminder, we have more action from the Premier League coming your way. It's Everton facing Sheffield United. Not a touch too heavy there.
Well, that was a really excellent piece of defending there.
Could catch them on the break. And there it breaks down. McNeil. Crossed into the penalty area. Wasn't quite as good as it looked when it left the boot. Incisive ball. Could be in here. Oh, reacted so quickly. Don't forget, we have more live action from the Premier League coming up here on EA TV. It's Arsenal taking on Brighton. Could be threatening. Oh, an incredible block. Well, Everton perhaps with an opportunity to equalise here. Well, they've been getting the substitute ready, and now they will make the personnel change. Who can they pick out? Now the quick counter-attack could be on. Real chance. Oh, a goal for Arsenal. It's theirs to lose now.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace on the counter-attack. They were so quick to break out from their defensive positions, and then through on goal, he just goes for power and smashes it past the keeper. There's no stopping that. What a great finish. Well, David Moyes knows that his team have been really poor today, but he needs to find the solution. That's his job.
Number 14.
We're back underway with the lead standing at 2-0. Oh, beating his opponent with ease. And the cross into the middle. Well, sometimes with a volleyed attempt, you simply have to accept your fate.
Yeah, that's not a great effort. Needed a better connection, really.
Possession lost by Everton. McNeil. And firing it. Well, a truly spectacular goalkeeping moment. Playing it short. Oh, it comes to nothing in the end. Really should have made more of that.
Yeah, they've missed an opening there.
A really good pass. And ball back with Arsenal now. Well, perhaps they can counter from here. Strong hand on that one. McNeil. And the referee has decided to add on 3 additional minutes. And good anticipation. And the referee blows his whistle. Now we can say it officially. Arsenal have won this game. 3 points for them. What did you make of it all?
Well, fairly comfortable in the end, wasn't it? Thought they controlled the middle of the park well. Going forward, there was some really nice incisive play too. It's a good result for them.
But it just seems in this game, he's been a step ahead of his opponents in every way, Stuart.
Well, he was all action, wasn't he? Good on the ball, quick to close down, and a key reason why they won the game today.
And the final result from Everton New Ground. Everton 0, Arsenal 2.
A very professional performance from Arsenal. They controlled the game and took their chances well.
A big 3 points for Arsenal and a strong finish to today's Ford Super Sunday. Let's head to highlights.
The Cherries of the south coast of Bournemouth got themselves in the lead in the matchup against Sheffield United as Adam Smith, great pass there to Evanilson for Bournemouth, and Evanilson puts the ball right past the goalkeeper of Sheffield United, and AFC Bournemouth lead by 1-0, and also Ndori Areola seems very celebrating on the touchline right here, very celebratable right here, the Bournemouth substitutes, because that goal right there was brilliant for him, as now the score is Bournemouth 1, Sheffield United 0. The full-time whistle blew here between Bournemouth and also Sheffield United as it ends here at Vitality Stadium, as it ends Bournemouth 1, Sheffield United 0 at the full-time score here for tonight. A big counter-attack here for Paqueta and also James Ward-Prowse, and lost control of the ball to Phil Foden. And then Phil Foden passed it there to Erling Haaland to hit that ball into the bottom corner as Manchester City lead by 1-0 against West Ham United. And then, however, Manchester City got themselves another goal in the match-up to make it 2-0 as Erling Haaland, great perfect run right here, all the way to Regenders. And Regenders here, pass there to Messi. Messi hits the ball into the back of the net as now Man City extend themselves the lead now to 2-0 as a goal there scored in the match-up for the greatest player of all time, Lionel Messi. He did very, very well right there to score there for Man City as he put that ball right into that goal, and now the score is 2-0. But in the late 90 minutes of the match-up, a goal there from Erling Haaland to put the ball into the back of the net to make a third goal scored as a shot there was saved, rebounded from the save from Areola, rebounded back to Haaland's feet again, and he put the ball into the back of the net as Man City now lead here by 3-0 against West Ham United. And the full-time score between West Ham United and Man City, Graham Potter's side unfortunately could not pick any points up in this game as they lost the game by 3-0, and Erling Haaland scored 2 goals for the Sky Blues of Manchester, and also Lionel Messi joined him as well as it ended here Man City 3, West Ham United 0. And a huge counter-attack here from Joelinton. Great pass there to Alexander Isak for Newcastle United. And he plunged that ball right into the top corner as Newcastle and the Magpies lead by 1-0 over Chelsea. And then things carried on playing again as Chelsea and Newcastle got themselves another chance here as great counter-attack from Cole Palmer for Chelsea. And he put that ball right into that bottom corner as now Chelsea extend the lead now from 1-0 up now to 1-1. And what a goal right there for Palmer to put Chelsea back in the game. And then things carried on for Newcastle, however. They got themselves that chance to put themselves in the lead again. Crossing from Gordon Ramsay to Isak, and Isak hits that ball right into the top corner, and then Sanchez could not do anything about that as now Newcastle lead by 1-0 over Chelsea. And then Newcastle expand themselves the goal to make it 2-2 as João Pedro, great run for him, cross in there to Gittins, then Gittins shoots and Gittins scores to put Chelsea back level in the game as what a goal right there for Gittins, a little cross in all the way, Sweaty plunged the ball into the goal, and now the score is 2-2 in the match-up here at St James's Park Stadium, and Chelsea are looking for a win. But it wasn't just over just there though, as a cross in from Anthony Gordon all the way there to Schär, and then Schär header right there into the goal, and now Newcastle scored a late goal right there from Fabian Schär to make sure Newcastle win the game in the late minutes of the game, and all the Newcastle fans, the home supporters, are going wild here as they're leading here, and they could definitely now win this game now as they're leading here in the late minutes of the 90 minutes of the game to put Newcastle in front. And that was the official ending of this match-up here. Newcastle guaranteed 3 points, and Eddie Howe's men done incredibly well to go and achieve something in the late minutes of the match-up to keep Newcastle in that top 6 of the Premier League. And Alexander Isak was a brilliant striker for the Newcastle team, and so is Fabian Schär as well to score that late goal as it ends Newcastle United 3, Chelsea 2 at full time. And a big counter-attack here from Alex Iwobi for Fulham, all the way to Raul Jimenez for Fulham here. On the counter-attack, little pass back to Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi to Adama Traoré, and he hits that ball right into the roof of the net. And Fulham have put themselves in the lead, and it is 1-0 to them over Nottingham Forest here right now for the game here at Craven Cottage here this evening. What a finish though, as Fulham, the strugglers of the Premier League this season, have put themselves in front over Nottingham Forest here, and that's a brilliant goal. Great pass from Iwobi to Dama Traore, and a nice hit for him, and he puts it into the goal. And then, however, Nottingham Forest in the second half, the team who are behind here against strugglers Fulham, as Ndoye was counter-attack press here for him to put the ball into the goal, and Nottingham Forest have got themselves level in the matchup as Ndoye scores for the Nottingham Forest team, and all the Forest fans will be very happy about this one, that these two teams joint promoted obviously from the Championship last season to be playing in the Premier League in their first season together, and now looks like Forest will show a little bit of experience from last season against Fulham in the Championship, and they're taking it now into this game here in the Premier League. And a great pass in Ndoye right to the Chris Wood, great intercept pass there all the way there to Hudson-Odoi, and Callum Hudson-Odoi puts Forest in the lead for the first time in the game, and Nottingham Forest have done very, very great from being 1-0 behind, now leading by 2-1, and what a finish right there for Hudson-Odoi for Forest in the match. Yeah, obviously Chris Wood found options, and he did it nicely, and he found him in a very good position, by the way, Hudson-Odoi, and that is now the goal to put Forest now in the lead, and extended lead, and they won it by 2-1 here at full time. Great finish from obviously Hudson-Odoi to win Forest the game here. Big win for Nottingham Forest away from home, as his full-time score was Fulham 1, Nottingham Forest 2. And a brilliant counter-attack here from Crystal Palace in the matchup here as Eze, and he really beat past there on Rondo, and then Rondo obviously got beat past by Eze. Eze was in the box, great pass Mateta, and then Mateta puts Palace in the lead here at Ellen Road, as Leeds United are behind by 1-0, as Crystal Palace lead by 1-0 in the matchup so far. And then Leeds United got themselves that goal to put themselves in level terms, as Lucas Netcher, great cross in there to a goal there for Brendan Aronson to put Leeds United level within 15 minutes of the game so far, and 2 goals scored from both sets of teams, as now Leeds 1, Palace 1, as great crossing all the way there to Brendan Aronson, and now it is 1 apiece in this matchup. Great cross there from Lucas Netcher though, great assist, and the American got himself a goal for Leeds United in the match. And then, however, again, another chance here for Palace in the matchup, put themselves in front again in this matchup, as they were 1-0 up, they were at Ellen Road, but in the second half, Ismail Sarr, great pace, great run, and he hit that ball right into that top corner, and now Crystal Palace put themselves in the lead, and now it's 2-1 to the Eagles in the matchup. Great counter press all the way, 1v1, and he hits that ball into the back of the net. Yeah, great, obviously counter press there from Ismail Sarr, and he took it very nicely right into that top corner, and now the score is 2-1 to the Palace. And that means a full-time score, and that means that Palace do guarantee a big 3 points against Leeds United here at Ellen Road, and massive 3 points to put themselves still in that top 6, top 7 of the Premier League. They're doing quite well under Oliver Glasner. Big difference with Palace, of course, this season with their counter press and ultra attacking. And they went to Ellen Road and won against Leeds, as it ends Leeds United 1, Crystal Palace 2 at full time. A nice counter attack here from Danny Welbeck for Brighton Hove Albion, all the way past there to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly hits the ball into the goal, and now Brighton have now made it 1-0 within the first 10 minutes in the game, as Matt O'Reilly puts Brighton in the lead here in front over Leicester. Nice hold up here play, good counter attack here from Wilfred Ndidi, all the way there to Patterson Daka, and then Balba, and then all the way past there to Danny Welbeck, then to Matt O'Reilly, then to Welbeck, and then all the way there to Mintier. Mintier 1v1 to the goalkeeper Schmeichel, and now Brighton extend the lead now to make it 2-0 within 20 minutes of the matchup so far, as what a great counter-attack here for Brighton, as now the score is 2-0 to the Seagulls. All the way, nice counter-attack here from Veltman, all the way there to Nintier, Hintier right there to Danny Welbeck. And then Danny Welbeck hits it right into the goal. And now it's 3-0 to Brighton Hove Albion. Nice finish right there from Brighton. And Danny Welbeck puts the ball into the goal here to make sure that Brighton extend themselves their lead. And it is 3-0 to them in the game. And then, however, Leicester City got themselves a goal back in the matchup, by the way. A little consolation goal. Maddison won the ball back for Leicester. All the way to Patterson Daka. And Patterson Daka was right there on the attack here for Leicester City. And then now he went all the way and crossed into the box here. And a great finish there. Ball was bouncing into the goal there. As a goal has been scored for Leicester. A consolation goal to make it 3-1. And that is all that, by the way, for the end of the matchup here at the Amex Stadium. Because Brighton Hove Albion have been absolutely big in terms of winning here today. They have to win this matchup because they need to get themselves out of the relegation zone. And it was a great result for them, of course, to be away from that relegation drop as they won the game by 3-1. And now Leicester also in big trouble, also in that relegation battle in that drop zone. And a nice counter-attack here from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Arias right here for Wolves. Great pass there to Lawson, and then Lawson hits it in the ball, the back of the net, and the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale, could not do anything about that as Wolves are in front and Brentford are behind. And that's a massive goal there and a massive finish to put, obviously, Wolves in the lead in the match. And a big counter-attack here for Wissa here for Brentford. And then great defending there from Wolverhampton Wanderers. And then, obviously, Kevin Shade on the counter-attack, hit the ball, save, rebound, and it went to Wissa's feet, and Wissa hits the ball into the goal, and now the score is Wolves 1, Brentford 1, and what a goal right there for Wissa. That goal was massive, and maybe a chance, of course, for Brentford to might get something over Wolves in this matchup. Shot saved, rebound, and then back again to Brentford, and then Henderson on the ball for Damsgaard for Brentford. And then all the way there to Wissa again. And then Wissa got that finish. And Wissa puts the ball into the goal. And Brentford have put themselves in the lead here over against Brentford in this matchup. As what a decent goal and decent finish as the Bees of the team from West London lead now by 2-1. And obviously Keith Andrews will be very happy about that, obviously, for the team of Brentford. And then, however, things got good for Brentford here in Damsgaard. Great pass to Wissa again. And then Wissa hits the ball into the top corner. And now we are talking now. Brentford expand themselves their lead. And the score now it's 3-1 to Brentford here away from home at Molineux. And the whistle has blown in the matchup here at full time as Wissa scored a hat-trick in the matchup. Brilliant hat-trick for him. And that means that Brentford do guarantee big 3 points in this matchup here for this afternoon. As it ends here, Wolves 1, Brentford 3, and a hat-trick for Wissa.
Let's take a look at all the results from matchday 17 in the Premier League. Plenty of action across the weekend with some big results, including Tottenham's dominant win over Liverpool, Aston Villa edging past Manchester United, and Arsenal winning away at Everton. Here's how the top of the table looks after today's action. Arsenal remain at the top, but it's very tight with Liverpool and Manchester City close behind, and Tottenham still right in the mix. It's shaping up to be a fascinating title race. At the bottom end, Wolves, Sheffield United and Fulham find themselves in the relegation zone. There's still plenty of football to be played, but the pressure is starting to build. That's all from us on Ford Super Sunday. It's been a fantastic day of football. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.